Oh, the days just whiz on by. I went to True Value and I got a couple of bolts, and I looked for a special washer shimmin'. Is that my birthday cake? You're a little late, but it's alright. Can I just stick my finger in it? What's this say? Happy 3rd anniversary. Cool. Yeah. Don't eat it all in one big bite. Wow. Alright, where were we? Oh yeah, back to the bolts. So I got some idlers here, and I went and got a bolt, $4.50 for one bolt, and the one I got was a little too short. It was $4.25, so I went back and it was closed. So I went to Old Bouchon Hardware and I got a bolt for $4.45 plus tax. Different idlers. Everyone's a little different. And two of them had these special aluminum spacers in there. Oh, they're next door. And the Suburban Corvair keys, socket bolts, drill bits, special bolt with a shoulder built into it. Anyhow, I got my wheels all painted up. I'll put some grease on it. Got the tires all polished up, got the corrosion off the bead. And that nail, like I showed you earlier, did I show you? Yeah, that nail that's in the middle of the tire doesn't go all the way through. Nope. Right there. See? Nope. Doesn't go through. Otherwise you'd snag your finger and rip your glove. So I'm going to put the tires back on the rims, and then I'm going to work on the Monza. I got the front end all apart here. Been like that for 2 or 3 weeks. Got a vice grip on the brake hose, that's real good for it. And I got a mess of junk lying all over the place. I'll never clean up. I'll always be a big fat slob. Bolts, washers, pieces and parts and lights. And remember I put the alternator on the way to Musclepalooza May 25th? That bolt there is stripped. I was just looking at this other alternator oil filter housing I've got here. And you can put a nut on this one. That one got a little bit of a bump on it. That could be ground flat, but this one I can put a nut on it. I didn't know that. From here, stick your finger underneath it, and yeah, it's right there. So I could put a longer bolt in with a nut, because that front bolt, back of the vehicle, front, back, is stripped. So I'm going to put a nut on, a longer bolt and a nut. Got old clamps. I've had these clamps for 30 years. All the junk I collect over the years. There's one right there. Mangled. And then I'm going to take off the rear strut arms from the suspension. Those arms that are underneath that connect the differential to the wheel bearing assemblies. I'm going to put these nylon bushings in, and that's going to be exciting. And that's what's on the agenda. Ladies and germs. Performance ready. Alrighty, I'm going to navigate through this mess of junk. Never a shortage of junk if I'm in charge. Never a shortage of junk. Have I got stuff, huh? It's colorful. Junk. It's 7:30 and the mosquitoes will be biting soon. We got a good round of bugs this year. There's bugs everywhere. I got my trailer ball mount all shined up. That was getting pretty rusty from the winter. So I polished it and put a couple coats of paint on it, put some grease on it. Got the lawnmower to put away, cut the grass, and got this thing all greased up. Yeah, some good grease. Everything's all greased up on this. Just going to put that idler pulley on, and there's the tow rope from when I towed the Spider on the way to Sturbridge when Mrs. CW ran out of fuel. Alrighty, back to work. And work on the tires and the Corvair. And here it comes. Whoops. Self-tapping. Just got a text message from a friend of mine. I'll keep that in my little bucket of parts that I never throw away. Right there. I got stuff in there, been there for 20 years. Whoop. Just got a text message from a friend of mine that lives in the southern tier, Binghamton. He's on his way to Nashville, Tennessee to get a job working as an over-the-road trucker. Taking the old Greyhound down and bringing the big rig back. Over-the-road trucker. He'll make some good money. Just gotta watch out for those rest stop choke and pukes. Carry some carrots. I'm gonna put this on. I'm not gonna waste your time. Have you watch me. Woo! There's a mosquito. Yep. I don't know what it is about the Adirondacks, but we got all the mosquitoes that we need. Want some? Need some nuts and bolts? Just bought those in Kalamazoo, Michigan. Lots of good nuts and bolts. All the right nuts and bolts. Corvair parts. Paid less for the nuts and bolts than I did for the container, but it was worth it. More good parts. Should I throw this away already? That's the oil filter from my BMW. Guess it's time to throw it away, huh? The oil filter that's full of sludge. Imagine that. Changing the oil so infrequently that you get sludge deposits in the filter. Well, at least we know the filter works. Yeah, I'm going to throw this away. Junk.